Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Sagittarius, we're going to see what your starseed family would like to tell you this week about your past, present, and your future. And I am, of course, going to start with what else but the starseed oracle deck. So let's get shuffling and see what your starseed family wants to tell you. Wow, Sagittarius, I don't know what happened, but like from looking at your cards, I got to tell you, I was getting the message when first you saw me shuffle. I pulled out the starseed cards and I went to the animal spirit cards and I went to the tarot, and like I didn't even have to get into the animal spirit cards to know what the message was. Like it became really clear just with the first deck, and then it continued to solidify that message, and then it got even like stronger as I pulled out the tarot. And what I like am looking at, basically, I'm going to get into details in each area here, past, present, and future in a minute, but the overall message of this is give this to God. Give this to you, to the universe, whatever like God represents to you. Source, universe, a divine order, give it up to God. Like literally give this up to God, to spirit, to the universe. And it feels like though it's like I'm seeing it as some sort of injustice that you are seeing, that you are witnessing, that you have witnessed, or some sort of injustice that you feel like you need to correct this. And but the problem is how, like how to correct this. I'm going to tell you, it is to give it to the universe. But now here's the thing. You will be asked at some point to do something. That's going to come through like as a universe, as source. Like there's going to be some, I want to say, because this is so important that I feel like the universe lines this up the way it needs to be lined up, that you will know unequivocally once you start getting the message about what you're supposed to do in this. Like to correct some sort of injustice or to make some sort of, it just feels like an injustice. Yeah, and it's really hitting, I want to say, you hard. This injustice hits you hard. This injustice, I also feel like it may have something to do with either children or something from the past that happened in your childhood, something that you see as an injustice right now, to some sort of inner child work. Like that theme is there with this. Now, okay, as I was saying, because this is the card that's, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry not to. This is the card that's telling me why it's so important that when it is time to do something, you do it, because the magic will work through you in this, but not just yet. Not just yet, like, and that's where you are right now. Because when I look at where you are right now, it is sort of, I want to say, understanding your piece in the puzzle to what this is that the universe is trying to help you with, like an injustice. Okay. So got that? So now let's look at the cards in more detail. In the past, you've got weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. Spirit has a plan. Now, so that may even be, I want to say too, like maybe you even did, you're like, you know what, this is just not. But no, because in your present, I don't feel like that. Like I feel like you haven't given it up to the universe, or you're still trying, I'm not sure. So anyways, let's look at the past, and I'm going to look at it briefly because it doesn't need a lot of explanation, but it's definitely like giving it up. Spirit's got a plan here, and I know, although, so maybe I want to say that maybe it doesn't seem like, well, where's the plan right now? Like, you know, now you're in the present, like, where's the plan? The King of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. So this is like what comes in with that past. You see what I mean? Like it just feels like, well, this is like, it affects you strongly here. It affects you strongly. It kind of, too, has the potential to... The King of Pentacles, like when you could put this with the weight of the world, it's not yours to carry. It's kind of funny because if any of the kings was going to be carrying the weight of the world, I feel like it would be the King of Pentacles, right? It's like, I mean, it's the world, the weight of that, the responsibility, the, all of that, you know, like the physical aspect of managing things around you. So it's like, yeah, that, like, it's just something there about you feeling this, like, you know, this goes beyond like just a spiritual experience. This is like how it's showing up in your life. And it's almost like you feel, I don't know, maybe responsible for this, because the King of Pentacles does come out as one of the most responsible to me, like when it's in a healthy energy. But then, see, that's the thing. It's not necessarily in a healthy energy because it's heartbroken and it's confused. It's, there's an illusion here. And it could even be that, like discovering some sort of illusion and realizing, like, to just let things go. Just to let things go. But so, okay. Now, well, the card that I really want to clarify is because you have Breath of the Cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. Everybody knows that micromanaging is really not the best thing to do. Well, yeah. So, I guess it depends. So I'm just thinking that out. I always look at two sides of everything. I think, I guess if somebody is like let's say you're managing somebody and they are so brand new, like you literally have to stand over them and tell them, no, press start. Okay, wait 2 seconds, give it a second. Okay, now it's going. Okay. Oh, you want press pause. Like, you know, there's almost a point where you got to step away. But so there's something here, like, because know your worth, micromanaging the universe. It just never feels good to micromanage the universe, because the universe has, you shouldn't. I mean, at any level, we shouldn't be trying to manage the universe. But because this is coming in with the weight of the world in the past and the King of Pentacles, I want to say there's almost, you have a natural sense of micromanaging things or managing things. The Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Two of Wands is what comes in with that. Again, it's almost like you've stepped away. You're outside of some sort of energy here that you are observing it from a distance. You're learning about things that have been cut out. Maybe you're learning about, you know, the winners and the losers and the lack thereof in any situation where, you know, there's just no winning answer to something too, right? Like there's just no way around something. And, you know, maybe that's kind of what's leading up into this Three of Swords, because the Seven of Cups is there. There's something you don't know, for one thing, or you didn't know in the past. But I feel like that's some sort of a missing piece to a puzzle, you know, like, because I said, it's almost like you're going to see how you fit into something. The universe is going to work through you, or the universe is working through you. There might even be, from the information that you know, okay, let's say that, from the information that you know, you may be making some sort of a decision here to just like cut something out of your life, end something here. But what gets me is because we have that micromanaging the universe, and in the past you had the Seven of Cups. So there could have even been like someone's behavior, something here that you don't know all the reasons behind it even. But so, right, because the universe knows everybody's reason behind everything. It is all seeing and all knowing. So, so it seems like you know your worth. See, that's the trick here. Okay, so because if something is like the Three of Swords is never an easy card. And it really is like the heart and the mind coming into true conflict here. And I really do feel like when the Three of Swords comes out, because it is a sword card, it's not a cup card, it's representing like the mind winning over the heart. And, you know, and that too is know, right? That's intellect, know your worth. It's not feel your worth, it's know your worth. So identifying a situation that perhaps you don't understand, but the fact of the matter is it's very uncomfortable. So you perhaps are at this stage now where you just need to cut that out. And the Two of Wands, though, that makes me feel like, I want to say that you're not 100% invested in the idea of cutting something out. You're contemplating it, you're tossing it around in your mind, but you're doing that in a safe place with the Two of Wands. You're sort of doing that in a space where I feel like you are not, again, because the Page of Swords, there's that sense of like observing things from a distance. It's as if you have found like a safe place for you to like think about this and contemplate it, because you know your worth, but it's almost like the universe is saying, don't micromanage the situation because you don't know everything. So that's also giving me like the perspective of, let's say there's somebody who is, because we have the management word, it's just like if somebody is new and they're working under you or they're learning something, and let's say there's more than one person, like I'm sort of seeing like a president, a vice president, a regional manager, a supervisor, like, you know, all the different levels of management that can be there. And there could be something going on here. I don't know if it's like that, or, I mean, it could be something in your life that's like that. Like there's these different levels and facets of management that are involved, but it feels more to me like it's spiritual. And it's kind of like, you look at your life as you're one of the managers here, but your life is the thing that is being managed, is being micromanaged, but you're just like the manager. You're not the vice president or the president or whatever, you know? So the vice president or the president, they have a bigger outlook than you do as a manager, because you'll often too just get fed information that you need to know to execute something. You don't even need to know what the end result is going to be, because if you know what that is, you might not even be, I don't know. Yeah, so this is what this feels like. It's the only way I can figure out how to describe this. It feels like an injustice to you. And I feel like it is an injustice to you because the Three of Swords and sort of like this child energy. So you got the Page of Swords, you have the Golden Children, and then you have the Six of Cups too. So it's like it kind of floats on the edge here of this reading. This inner child, this children, this, you know, because children are also seen as the vulnerable, but also the future. So, you know, like it's something that needs to be protected and nurtured, but in a healthy way. So now, this is okay. This is the interesting thing. So when we get into the future, this is the one that I really, as soon as this card came out, I knew the whole reading. And this one is, so in the future, loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. So it was like, oh my gosh, these guys really need to let like the universe handle something here. But then what I really like here is believe in yourself. So again, do you see, like right now you're in the know your worth, but then in the future, you're in the believing in yourself. Throwing away small concepts maybe about yourself, about a situation, and grabbing the big concept, the bigger, the broader concept here. You're going to believe in yourself. Well, yeah. You are now. And I don't want to say that you're doing anything wrong. I honestly feel like everything, I feel like the universe would even say, yes, everything is happening exactly as it has as part of our master plan. Because we know that X, Y, and Z would produce A, B, and C in Sagittarius. And then that would cause them to go through this within themselves. And that will produce a really knowing their worth. I really want to say, like, honestly, to me, the more and more I like delve into, the more tarot readings I do, the more I really understand that the universe is a very kind, universe, God, spirit, source, whatever the word, fits well with you, is a very kind, benevolent, kind of like parent. But it's also the kind of parent that will not hesitate to step back and give you a really tough lesson. Because it's sort of like knowing, actually, it's really funny. So I saw this meme, and I've been kind of laughing at them, so just bear with me here. Because I'm a Generation X, so we were basically like, here's the key, hang it on your neck, go to school. If anyone's home by dinner time, that'll be great for you. It's like, yeah, I remember, like, I think I was walking to school by myself. Well, with some other groups of children when I was like 5 years old. Yeah, we all were in the 70s, like, all doing that. And I remember too, I remember distinctly, I was kind of running late. And so I was running, and the crossing guard was I had to cross like a major road too, and to get to the school, and I slid across the cement. I don't know how many times I slid across cement when I was little. Oh my God. And I had like road rash all over I was bleeding, and I cried. And I remember the crossing guard just, yeah, I'm gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay. And then I don't remember anything after that. And I probably just carried on with my day. And then there was another time where I hit the brakes hard on going down a gravel road on my bike when I was like maybe 10 years old. I just wiped right out. I slid down the gravel road. I had gravel embedded in my knees. I remember my mom was picking it out, and I was crying. And like, she cleaned it as best she could. I had these still have scars on my knees from this. And then, so, okay, where this is going is like this meme that I was looking at, and it said, children in the 1970s. And it had this father like throwing the kid high in the air into a pool. And he's like, and the kid's like, Dad, I can't swim. And what was the meme was like, oh, that's never an excuse. Something like that. And then, but the other meme was like, parents today, and I'll fault myself for this. And I think it's almost like the extremes, because you're like, oh my God, life could be terrifying when you're little. I have to protect you. And it's like, life jacket, arm floaties, everything, like, okay, you okay? Like a rope tied to the kids. Like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't know, I'm not. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, if you're too soft, you won't become stronger. That's what I mean. But it's a very careful balance. And I think that's a balance that humanity struggles with all the time. But the universe knows what it's doing. Okay? So the universe knows what it's doing. But it's us, because in a way, like, I look at us, and we are all children of the universe, of source, and we are even just fragments of unexplored consciousness of God's source too, which is like not all knowing, because it's been defragmented from itself. So, but the whole understands. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get to that part here, because the micromanaging the universe, it's kind of like what we all end up doing this at any time. Like, it's not a fault that you guys have right now. It's just a point in time that you're in right now where you could be micromanaging the universe, but you are doing it from a distance. And I do feel like you're also doing it from a distance where you're not even involved with what this could be anymore. With this, like, this just the combination of these three just really feel like that to me. And I don't know, like, again, you're like, oh, Cindy, I had to cut this out of my life because that's okay. Like, maybe you're even just getting to the point where you're like not letting anything in with the Two of Wands. You're just like continuing to stay on the edge of the balcony overlooking life and not participating anymore, right? But again, it's all meant for you to know your worth. When you get thrown into the deep end, you can figure out how to swim pretty quick. And if you're not, Dad will probably jump in and save you. But then you'll probably have trauma about deep water for the rest of your life. I'm going to drown. But I don't feel like the universe has done that. Like, that's what I mean. Like, those two polar opposites. It's almost like the universe kind of comes in as that middle there. Like, throwing you in thinking it's too deep. But then if you hit your tippy toes, oh, actually, I can. You know, you're fine. You're okay. Yeah, believe in yourself. Oh, I didn't even show you the tarot cards for the future. Okay. You have the 10 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. So, okay, so here's the other thing though too. So I don't know if too you could even be trying to heal something that can't be healed. I mean, that's a possibility too. But it's weird because it doesn't look like that right now. You could even be coming to, I really need to clarify that micromanaging the universe. That just feels like the really big mystery to me in this. Because if that wasn't there, I would honestly say that, yeah, you know, something in the past here, this, you know, I don't, in a way, you could say like, it's not yours to carry. Spirit has a plan. 7 of Cups. Yeah, I don't have a fucking idea here. So I'm just going to go in another direction. And that, right? Like, that's you. Like, I understand my worth now. I'm not going to participate in something that feels like, I don't know, it could be manipulative with the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. And I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to just, you know, keep a distance from things and see what's out there for me. But all kind of like from a distance. And then, but the loosen your grip, believe in yourself. I feel like too, it's also releasing coping mechanisms to believe in yourself in the future. And because it's funny, like this feels like some things that just can't be healed. It's impossible. It's too heavy. To heal this, the 10 of Wands, believe in yourself. No, that's true too. This and that are true, yes. I sort of, it could be too, like with believe in yourself, and that is feeling like it can't be healed, but maybe it can. I don't know. I need clarifiers. I need to be specific here. The first one I'm going to clarify is micromanaging the universe. Maybe you're supposed to right now. I don't know. Maybe that's your plan. Maybe that's part of Spirit's plan. Yeah, you do that. So let's see. Because at the end of the day, I really do feel like the universe has, well, it does have a certain level of control. Whether that plays out in lifetimes, eventually you'll hit the mark. Micromanaging the universe presently for Sagittarius. Micromanaging the universe. Temperance and Star. I kind of feel like you're not. You're not. You're letting the universe... You're doing all the right things, Sagittarius. This is just a tricky reading. Because, right, magic works through you. I love that. With Temperance and the Star. Yes, yes. Because things work through you to come down here on Earth. But it is. Or maybe there's times too where things don't work through you and you have to work through yourself, which I want to say too is know your worth. So that's also very prominent right now. Because then there'll be times where Spirit's working through other people and it's like, okay, you take a break. So you might even be taking a break from micromanaging the universe. You know your worth. You know when it's yours and when it's not yours. So, you know what? I think you're doing everything right. Okay, so know your worth. If you're a little skunk, don't compare yourself to the flowers. The Ace of Wands. Well, you're getting a pretty good idea here, aren't you? Inspired, too. Perhaps quite inspired. You have, like, with the 2 of Wands, there might be something here. I think you might have made a hard call on something. A tough decision. And then now it kind of feels like you do become, with that Ace of Wands and know your worth, and this Two of Wands, that you kind of become the fuel for your own dreams, your own momentum. Okay, so I'm going to go back and start from the beginning here. So, the King of Pentacles. What is this all about here? The Hanged Man. So, okay, somebody not doing anything, not making a decision, The Three of Swords. The Sun and the Seven of Cups. All right, so with the King of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, there's definitely somebody here outside of yourself that feels like to you it is connected or related to some form of happiness, wish fulfillment, something that you felt you understood very strongly here. But it looks like to me, it could be dealing with somebody really stubborn. I don't know, because the King of Pentacles with the Hanged Man, this is almost like somebody who has a lot of resources and tools. Maybe even, resources could be money, could be people, could be like all sorts of things. But chooses to hang back, right? Chooses not to do anything. And in the Seven of Cups, because then the King of Wands is somebody who kind of has, they can do whatever they want. But the Four of Pentacles, again, this energy is stifled, it's held back. And it might even be something that in you has been stifled and held back. If you're, it's two, it could even be two people that don't do anything. These could be two different people that don't do anything. Sagittarius. And it's funny because you're the Knight of Wands, out of the court cards and wands. You were the knight, right? The horse, running. So, yeah, not running with you. You could have had a plan. This could have been something at work, too. And you've got a plan and you're ready to run with it. And everyone around you, not making decisions, not producing any movement. But this feels significant. And, it's the Three of Swords. Might even giving you some indication you know what, this is not the place for me. Or this is because you've made some sort of a tough decision. Spirit has a plan, so that was in the past. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's interesting. The Devil, the Three of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Wow, Spirit has a plan. Spirit's plan is to end something very painful that's gone on way too long. Shit. That is just one of the, holy crap. Yowzer. That is one of the most difficult sections of cards I think I've ever pulled out. Devil, the Three of Swords. There's manipulation here that went on a long time and ending that. But in some sense, it kind of with the Ten of Swords, it would kind of end how you see yourself, how you projected yourself into the future. If this is a work situation and you thought, I'm going to be here that's where I'm going to finish my career here. Wow, this place is not for me. It's almost like a sudden, because how do you go from the Sun to the Three of Swords? And it's almost I want to say there's a possibility that this is definitely two people or one person who is very multifaceted that choose to do absolutely nothing, I guess, with the energy that the Hanged Man and the Four of Pentacles. So that takes us now here. Okay, so micromanaging the universe. With Temperance and the Star, I feel like you're not jumping to any conclusions. You are allowing it's almost like allowing the universe to micromanage. But you do that from a distance. So I want to say in some sense, like you do, because you know your worth. It's not worth getting involved in, I don't know, whatever that is. The Page of Swords. The Eight of Swords, the Two of Swords. There's... Yeah, this also feels like you have no way of, like, even trying to see. It doesn't matter how hard you try to see. You can't see. You honestly can't see something that's going on. And I want to say that, like, the level of blocks here and the fact that the devil is there, it's probably better to get the hell out of Dodge. Just no. Like, yeah, okay. The only thing that makes sense is the Five of Swords. The Ten of Wands. Again, that's not the easiest thing to do here. I really don't know what this is. It's like really not coming up as something that could be like a romantic thing or a work thing. It's just like open. The Two of Wands. Oh, the King of Swords and the Chariot. I want to say you could almost have use your mind wisely card here with that. I think you're making some really hard, like, decisions here. It's almost like, the Twos, it's also the sense like use your mind wisely in beginner mind. And that is so funny because that was yesterday in, what was that? Scorpio? I think that was Scorpio. They had those two as an underline. Yeah, with the Two of Wands is projecting into the future, like what could be out there. But this is being like really your mind. I want to say too, there's probably something here about not trusting your heart because you have that twice over in the past. And like swords coming through it. Your mind being like, holy shit. So yeah, this is just using your mind to move forward. So then that takes you into the future. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction. Let God in. Believe in yourself. You know, you could have been settling here. You know, with the way the squirrel is throwing the small acorn away and achieving something better. Loosen your grip. Believe in yourself. The Six of Swords, let God in. That's funny, right? With loosen your grip. And the Six of Swords is the universe guiding you to a better place here. The Ten of Cups. The Page of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Wow, this is kind of like you don't even want to talk to. I would, that looks like, I don't know, that kind of looks like you could end up blocking somebody in the future with that. Like blocking communication with the Page of Wands and the Seven of Wands. The Four of Swords. The Death card. This is something that is, you can't heal this, whatever this is. The Ten of Wands. The Fool. That is brilliant. Wow, you have closed something off here. The Nine of Pentacles. Wow, you've claimed your independence. I don't know what this is, how it like comes through in your life here. But this, I want to say too, okay, so, because it looks like the past is the really heavy area here. And like the Six of Cups also symbolizes the past. And it's like you're clear about that. You've got some clarity here. Yeah. As you're claiming your independence from the devil, something very manipulative. Or someone. So I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended Sagittarius, we're going to find out what your starseed family, what your next assignment is. What they'll tell you your next assignment is and why. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.